guys, what's going on? Tom here from Go Bear Games, back with another statue tutorial. Today we are doing Mangle, and this is the tutorial of Mangle before she was broken, before any of you guys go down into the comment section and tell me that it's not Mangle. So this is a tutorial, and the design is made by a guy called LazarSvabic, I believe his name is, on Twitter, and I hopefully didn't butcher that name too much. I apologise if I did. But yeah, huge shout out to him. I'll put a picture, I guess, on screen right now to give a little shout out to his Twitter account. So again, credit to him for this design. I am really grateful for it, and it's helped me out a lot. And again, before, as I mentioned, this is Mangle before she was broken, not Mangle after she was broken, obviously. I will put a screenshot on screen right now of the other design he did of the broken Mangle. I highly doubt I'll make a tutorial for this because it is really complicated, and I would struggle to make it in a way that makes sense. I know a lot of you guys get confused enough as it is with the simple statues, so I highly doubt I'll be doing that one. So anyways, I hope you enjoy this, and I guess it puts to rest all the people that wanted the Mangle statue. Again, for anyone that said that I said that I wouldn't be doing it, I did say I wouldn't be doing it, but that is more aimed at the broken one. That was before I was aware that Mangle was even not broken, I guess, in the game, before she was broken, if that makes any sense. But yeah, hopefully you enjoy this nevertheless, and I will see you in the tutorial. If you do, leave a like and subscribe down below if you haven't already, and yeah, I'll see you there. Okay guys, so let's get straight on into the tutorial. The blocks you need to build this statue are the following. You'll need white wool, black wool, magenta stained clay, magenta wool, red stained clay, block of quartz, yellow stained clay, grey wool, and a map. So as mentioned before, this is a design by someone else, and I already mentioned that in the intro, I guess. But for those who cannot use stained clay, so which is 3 of the materials you can see here, I recommend you use pink wool, red wool, and yellow wool, of course. The only reason I'm using these colours is because the stained clay is now available, I believe, on all the platforms, because someone told me it was available on mobile, so I'm kind of going off that. So it should be available on all devices, and if it is, then it's an awesome block that we can use, and I'm going to use it to its full potential. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this, and let's get straight on into the tutorial. Okay, so starting from left to right, what we're going to do is place 1 magenta stained clay, 1 white wool, 1 magenta stained clay, 2 white wool, magenta, white, magenta, like so. And that should produce an 8 long line, looking like this, and what we're going to do is double it up, so 2 rows of that, whoops, like so. And once you've done that, you have got a, I guess, the start of the feet, and you're off to a good start, should I say. Okay, so the next 2 layers, each layer being 8 wide, is solid white wool, and then the 5th and final layer for now is black wool. So right now, as you can see on screen, you should have a 5 tall, 8 wide rectangle, I guess you could say, and it should look like this. If you need to, feel free to pause here, but otherwise I'm going to continue. Okay, so what we're going to do is build up 5 on the left side. Next, we're going to do 5, 4, 3, 3, 4, 5, 5. And once you've done that, it should be looking like this. Now the reason we've done that is because we need to place black wool in place for the, I guess, the lines and the marks where the endoskeleton is on the characters. So what we're going to do next is place 2 black wool, go down diagonal twice, to the side one, up diagonal twice, and to the side one like so. And on the left, we're going to place 1 black block there, and on the right, we're going to place 1 there, like so. Now, once you've done that, you should have a 12 tall by 8 wide rectangle, minus that little part there. And once you've done this, we can then go on to filling in this little part here with solid white wool. Now, once you've done that, you have completed the legs, and again, feel free to pause here. I know I may be going for it a bit fast, so that's why I'm giving you guys perfect opportunity to catch up if you need to do so. But yeah, this is what it should be looking like so far, and I'm now going to move on to the body. Okay, so for the body, what we're going to do is place 2 white wool, 4 magenta stained clay, and then 2 white wool. And on the left, we're going to place 1 white wool, 1 magenta, 2 white wool. On the right side, we're going to place 1 white, 1 magenta, and then 2 white wool, so essentially the same mirrored, and that's basically just to mark out where the hands start, and that will make it a lot easier to go back later on in the tutorial and I guess work on the arms. But for now we're going to work on the body, so we're going to focus on this middle part here. So what we're going to do is go diagonal from here and diagonal from here. It kind of makes like the smile of a smiley face. And what we're going to do is build up 7. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like so. Then we go to side 1, up diagonal to side 1, down diagonal to side 1, and then it should in theory link back like so. So just to recap, that part here is 4 wide, that whole line there is 8, 8, and then 2, 2, and then 2 in the middle, joining it together like so. And once you've done that, if you're doing this on super flat, on console it'll be Y27, on PC it'll be Y26, and again, because I didn't mention it, the top of the legs will be Y17, again if you're on PC, Y16. Okay, so once you've done that, as you can see, we kind of got a big O. We're going to fill that with magenta stained clay, like so. And that's the majority of the body done. But we've got a few more details left, should I say. So that should be looking like that. And now what we're going to do is fill the rest in with white wool. So we're going to build up here, 11. And that should come up to Y29, as you can see, like so. We're going to place a 3x2 here and a 3x2 here of white wool, plus 2 white wool blocks there. And then for this side as well, we build up 11 like so. So once you've done that, you'll have a 12x8 square, which is from that white wool there to that white wool there. And that is the body. Again, the top should be Y29, or if you're on PC, Y28. And now all we need to do is add the magenta bow tie. Okay, so for the bow tie, what we do is we come to where this magenta stained clay is here, and we place 1 there and 1 there. We go up 2 from each one, and on the left side we're going to place 2 more there, and on the right side we place 2 more like that. And then what we do is link them together by placing 2 blocks in the middle like so. So it should be looking like this so far, and if it isn't, I suggest pausing, looking back on the tutorial and seeing where you've gone wrong. It should be 24 blocks tall right now and 8 wide, 16 wide if you're including the little pop-outs which we've built for the hands. Okay, so once you've done that, we can now move on to the arms. So going to the left arm first, what we're going to do is place 1 white wool, 2 magenta, with the magenta, I guess, corner facing left, and then 1 white wool, and the next row is 4 white wool. For the next row, we're going to place 4 black wool, and we're going to punch out 1 white wool out there and place a black wool there. Next, we do 3 rows of white wool, and then we do the same as before, 4 black, and then punch 1 out there to place a 5th. The reason why I'm doing it like that, rather than saying instead of doing 11 white, do 2 white, black, 3 white, black kind of deal. I think it's easier just doing it the way I guess I just showed you. But apologies if you would have preferred it the other way. I guess the only reason you would prefer it the other way is if you're in survival and you have to go back and mine that block out, but it shouldn't be too much of an issue anyways, so I do apologise nevertheless. Okay, so that is the left arm complete, and it should be a 12x4, and it should be looking like this. Again, just to recap, we got 3 rows of white with that little magenta shape there, a row of black, 3 rows of white, row of black, and then 4 rows of white, each row being 4 wide, just to point out, and each row of the body being 8 wide. Okay, so for the right arm, it's the exact same, but just mirrored, so we do 1 white, 2 magenta, with the magenta facing right this time, and then 1 white, and then the next row is 4 white, the next row is 4 black, and then of course we punch out that 1 white block there and replace it with black. On top of that, we do 3 rows of white, like so. Then we do a row of black, whoops, and again we punch out the same block, like so, and then we're going to build up 4 using white wool. And once you've done that, it should connect with the top of the body. If it hasn't, then something's gone wrong somewhere along the lines, but as long as the body's 12 tall and the arms are 12 tall, that should never happen. Okay, so right now this is what it should be looking like. You should have a 8x12, or 12x8 should I say, legs, 12x8 body, and 2 12x4 arms. It should be 24 blocks tall, 16 wide, 8 wide if you're not including the arms. And the only 3D effect so far should be the bow tie. So what we're going to do now is we're going to make the whole statue 3D, I guess you could say. So we're going to start extending the arms and legs backwards. So we're going to move around to the right side first and do that. So what we're going to do is extend it backwards 3 from this magenta stained clay here using white wool. We're then going to build up 3 across, or 3 up all the way across the 3 should I say, using white wool. So that makes a 4x4 of white, excluding them 2 magenta blocks there. What we're then going to do is place 3 black blocks there. We're then going to build up 5 all the way across using white wool. And then on this row we're going to place 3 black blocks, go up 1, and in the 2 middle place 2 white, like so. Once you've done that, you'll have a 12x4 rectangle, and it should be looking like this. If you need to, feel free to pause here. Again, the other side's the exact same, but I will go over it just in case you guys didn't quite understand that, or just want me to go over it nevertheless. Okay, so for the other side, what we're going to do again is just extend it backwards 3, build up 3 all the way across, do a row of black, 5 rows of white, and on this part here what we're going to do is essentially 2 rows of black with the 2 middle blocks on the second row punched out and replaced with white wool. Once you've done that, you'll have a 12x4 rectangle, as you can see, like the other side, and that I guess frees us up to move on to the arms. Okay, so for the arms, what we're going to do is come around to the back here, and on the bottom of the hands, which is this part here, we're going to extend it backwards 3 all the way across. And once you've done that correctly, you should be able to go below, and it will be a 4x4 square like this. And we're going to do this the exact same for the other side, like so. And again, it should be a 4x4 square. Okay, so coming around to the right arm, what we're going to do is 3 layers of white. So we've already done 1, so we just add 2 more layers. A layer of black, 3 layers of white, a layer of black, and then 4 layers of white. So essentially all you're doing is mimicking the front of the statue, but without the magenta. And again, just to recap, it's 3 layers of white, 1 layer of black, 3 layers of white, 1 layer of black, and then 4 layers of white. It should be 12 blocks tall, 4 wide. Very simple. When I say layer, I mean 4, but we've already built 1, so you only build 3. We don't want a 5 wide arm. And again, the other side is the exact same. So 3 layers of white, a layer of black, 3 layers of white, whoops, and then a layer of black, and then finally 4 layers of white. Okay, so again, just in case you do need it, this is the left side of the arm. Feel free to pause here, but we are going to move on to the back of the statue and work towards finishing the body. Okay, so coming around to the back, what we're going to do is start off down here, and there should be a 6 wide gap in between this block here and this block here. What we're going to do is build 6 wide and 4 up using white wool, and the easy way to tell where to stop is basically just match it up with the sides, as you can see. If it's white at the sides, it's going to be white. If it's black at the sides, it's going to be black. Okay, so for the next row, we place a row of black wool because it's black at the sides. And like the front, exact same, we're going to build up 5, 5, 4, 3, 3, 4, 5. Now when I say 5 and 5 on each end, we've already built 1 row, so bear that in mind. So it's 5, 5, 4, 3, 3, 4, 5, 5. That's including the sides, not including the sides, I guess you could say. Okay, so what we're then going to do, again, we're going to go to the side, down diagonal twice, to the side, and up diagonal twice. And that gives us the exact same shape as the front. You can almost see the front in the background, how it matches up like so. So you kind of get the general gist of where I'm going with this. Okay, so what we're going to do is fill in the gap using white wool. Like so, and that is the legs complete. That is a 12x8 rectangle. And that frees us up to move on to the body. Okay, so for the back of the statue, again, because you don't actually see the back of the characters in Five Nights at Freddy's, I'm not even sure you even see Foxy, like as an actual character before she's not Foxy, Mangle, before she's broken. And so for that reason, again, it's just solid plain. But for the arms, again, it's the exact same as before. So we do 3 layers of white, a layer of black, 3 layers of white, layer of black, and then 4 layers of white. But as I was talking about, I don't know if you actually see the character in-game before she's broken. So there's no point of adding detail. I've seen a lot of fan art where she has a tail. If you want to add a tail, feel free. But from research I've been doing, I believe that Foxy does not have a tail. and for that reason, as Foxy is essentially the male version of Mangle, I'm not going to add a tail, because it seems logical for a fox to have a tail, but of course, if Foxy doesn't have it and Mangle's a female version of Foxy, then logic would say that Mangle doesn't have a tail either. But I know there'll be some guys in the comments that will shout at me and have a go at me for saying that and try and correct me. Feel free, just don't be rude about it. I do take into consideration, because I haven't actually played the game that much. I've played it once or twice maybe. But yeah, just try and keep it polite, I guess you could say. And whilst I was rambling about that, as you can see, I built a 12x8 square of white wool. Nothing too fancy, as I said. I kind of gave the reasons, but yeah, that's about it. And that, I guess, means that we can start on the head. So just for one last recap before we move on to the head, this is the front of the statue. Then we've got the right side of the leg, and the right side of the arm. We've got the left side of the leg and the left side of the arm. And then we have the back of the statue and the back of the body. Okay, so coming around to the front again, we're going to start working on the head. So what we do is go to the left and count 4 to the right, and on the 5th block place a white wool and bring it 2 forwards. Same on the right, we go to the right, count 4 to the left and place 1 white wool, bring it 2 forwards. Easy way to do it on this Mangle statue, it should be the white wool next to the bow tie here. What we're then going to do is link it together like so. It should be a 6 gap, so they should be 6 blocks apart and 2 thick, so all you need to do is fill in 12 white wool like so. What we're then going to do is extend it backwards 5 from here, so that's 3, 4, 5, and same for this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and link it together like so, a 2x6 area, I guess the same as the front. Okay, so that gives us an 8x8 square. As you can see, it should overhang the front 2 and the back 2. And once you've done that, that is a base plate of the head and gives us the general structure we're going to be using. Once we've done that, we can move on to doing the front of the face. Probably the only part that actually has any detail. Okay, so for the front, should I say, what we're going to do is place 2 white wool, punch out 1 and replace it with magenta clay. Punch out the next 2 and replace it with red stained clay, and then the next one is magenta stained clay. The 2 blocks after that we keep white. Next row we place 2 white wool, then we place 4 black wool, and then 2 white wool. Next row we just place 8 white wool, same with the next row. The reason why we've just placed solid white wool is because we're actually about to add a 3D effect, and I'll do that for you guys now. So right now it should be 4 tall and 8 wide. On the second row, on the second block, we're going to place a quartz block, and same for the 4th block, the 5th block, and the 7th block. So it should be looking like this. When I say place, it's 3D, so a layer in front. The next row of this 3D effect is 2 white, 1 magenta, 2 red, 1 magenta, and then 2 white. And then the next row is 1 red, 1 white, 1 magenta, 2 black, 1 magenta, 1 white, and 1 red. So when I say magenta and red, I'm talking about the clays. When I talk about black and white, it's the walls, just to clear any confusion up there. However, again, you can change it to whatever you feel like. This is just what I'm suggesting, and just the design I'm using. So yeah, that's the 3D effect, and that's pretty simple. So hopefully you guys didn't find that too difficult. But once you've done that, we can now move on to doing the eyes and then the rest of the head. Okay, so for the eyes, what we're going to do is come to this block here and back into the actual head itself. So not on top of this red stained clay. Indent it 1 from this red stained clay. And we're going to place 3 magenta clay, should I say. We're going to go to the right twice. We're then going to place 2 white wool, 3 magenta, and then bring it down to join it up like so. That kind of makes a weird shape, but what we're then going to do is on the left we're going to place 2 quartz there, and on the right 2 quartz there. On the left 2 yellow, 2 yellow, and then in the middle you should be left with a 2x2 square like so. All we're going to do for that is place 2x2 of white wool. Once you've done that, you'll have a 7 tall by 8 wide head, and for the final row we're just going to make it solid white wool like so. And once you've done that, it looks kind of a bit like a seal. seal and makeup, I guess you could say. But we're going to change that. All we need to do is make this 3D and then add the ear effects, mainly the ear effects. I think that's what gives it the, I guess, finished look. But for now, all we need to do is build around the structure of the head. So that structure I was talking about earlier, all we need to do is build up 7 all the way around. So if you just follow what I'm doing on screen right now, just build up 7, 8 in total. But of course, the base structure is 1. So we build up 7 using white wool all the way around. If you've done it correctly, the Y for console should be 37. For PC, it should be 36. If you're on super flat, of course. If you're in a different world, it should be, I believe, the 32 blocks up from the bottom or the block you're actually placing it on. So if the floor's Y5, it would be Y37, of course. And yeah, that's just the general gist of coordinates, I guess. Okay, so once you've done that, and I said all the way around, just to double confirm that, like so. What we do is fill in the top of the head using white wool as well, and that's also an 8x8 square, so that's nice and simple to do. And once we've done that, all is left to do is the 3D effect. Okay, so for the 3D ear effect, what we're going to do is come onto the top of the head, leave 2 blocks, so we're starting from the front, leave 2 blocks, and place a grey wool on the 3rd one. From there, we're going to go to side 1, and also up 1 from that grey block, using white wool. In this little corner here, we're going to place a magenta stained clay, and then we're going to cap that off in white wool like so. On the other side, we do the exact same, so 3rd block in, we place a grey wool, 1 white to the right, and 1 up, 1 magenta, and then cap it off using 3 white wool. So once you've done that, that is the ear effect. As you can see here, I will just pause here so you can see it a bit clearer. But once you've done that and you back up a bit, you can kind of see the character coming together, because that is the tutorial complete. So hopefully you enjoyed this tutorial and found it useful. As I said, I probably won't be doing a statue of Mangle, like the after effects of being torn apart by kids, because it is ridiculously hard to do. As you saw the design earlier in the video, it would be a real pain in the ass trying to discuss where the things bend and all the, I guess, dimensions and stuff like that. It'd be a real pain, and I think I'd confuse quite a lot of people and not do a job that I would be happy with uploading. So I'm probably not going to do that, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this nevertheless. I did say I wasn't going to do Mangle, and I'm so glad that one of you guys actually, I guess, went out of their way to help me with this and suggest to do the Mangle before not being broken, and then gone further to actually design it for me and given me permission to use it in this video. So again, huge shout out and thank you very much. Again, one last time, if you did enjoy this video, give it a like, subscribe for more. I've been Tom. Until next time, I'm losing my voice, but I'll see you then. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.
Pull my heart out of my chest, train my mind so I forget. Sink your teeth into my bones, dig me out, then fill the hole. Tear me apart.